Now this illustration deals with personal protective equipment, PPE, in accordance with 130.7C informational note. Now, basically the purpose of the change, as you see here, is a new informational note. This note has been added to address the care of equipment as well as the performance of visual checks before each use and the guidance necessary for the exposure to reduce energy due to electrical arc. Now, we know that for testing PPE, we would see 70E 250.2b on page 44. For equipment care, in accordance with the note to the left top side of the illustration, we would see 70E tables 130.7C 14 as well as 130.7G, basically on pages 34 and 39. Now, as you can see in the illustration, we just should have some area that we would store this equipment to protect the equipment from sunlight, fluorescent lights, any type of lighting or condition that could deteriorate its capability to withstand an electrical arc that produces a certain amount of energy without having an effect on the body that would cause a burn beyond a second degree burn, 1.2 calories per centimeter squared. Now notice for electrical tools and equipment, 70E refers us to 245 and 250 on page 44 of the NEC. Now, the basic informational note states, as we see in the illustration here with the title head, care of equipment based on exposure. Use non-contact proximity test instruments or measurement of voltage on the secondary side of a low voltage transformer mounted in the equipment before using a contact test instrument to test for the absence of voltage below 1000 volts. We know 1000 volts or less is considered basically low voltage. Over 1000 volts then is considered the high voltage and medium voltage and so forth. The first bullet below the requirement here is if equipment design allows observed visual gaps between the equipment conductors and circuit parts and sources of energy. Make sure that the gap between terminals, say where maybe a termination is made, there's no room for tracking where a short circuit condition might occur that would develop, into an electrical arc type condition. Increase the working distance. If you can stand further away from the energized component, use an insulated tool, for example, and get as far back from the part as you possibly can, naturally would be beneficial to the maintenance worker. Consider system design options to reduce incidental energy level. What kind of a system protective device should be installed ahead of the feeder or branch circuit? Are there current limiting fuses? Is it some kind of circuit reducing current limiting type device, such as a fuse is listed in NEC 240.67? Is it a circuit breaker arrangement that reduces the energy level, such as outlined in 240.87? And then we know we can review the Annex 0 and the Annex Q and 70E and find out a lot more about system design options that would reduce incidental energy level due to the type of design that we would design and install to protect maintenance electricians performing a certain task on electrical equipment. And that's what this illustration is all about, is making sure that the PPE will provide the protection that is needed to protect all the members of the body while performing a certain job task due to a condition where electrical arc could occur.